Hello, this is Goku 471, and I'm back, and I have no idea what I'm here to talk about, actually. I have no idea. Let me think for a minute here. Let me think. Was there a TV show that had something big that happened recently? I don't think so. I haven't been watching The Last of Us, so nothing in that. Star Trek series really haven't had anything. Andor, but I haven't finished that series yet, so I don't know if anything big happens in it. I don't know. Okay. Sorry to waste your time. This is Goku for the someone. I will see you next time. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we know why we're here. We know. It opens. See? The Doctor is now in his TARDIS. Sorry to play around. But yes, no, we're here to talk about Doctor Who Season 15. With the 15th Doctor. Shetty, well, I said that name wrong, but yes. But with that said, I'm not actually here to talk about mainly the main story. I'm not really here to talk about my idea of the 15th Doctor. I'm here to talk about the two big reveals that happened in the episode, so I will warn you right now, if you have not seen the episode, go, leave. I don't want you here until you've seen the episode. Even if you don't mind spoilers, I want you to get in your TARDIS and go. Why? Because these are gigantic reveals, and I want you to be able to experience them the natural, everyday way of actually just watching the episode. Obviously, if you're absolutely never going to see the episode and you just want it to be spoiled, go Google it. Don't have me spoil it. Don't ruin my day by me spoiling something that I think you would have enjoyed watching for yourself. But with that said, I'm 2 minutes into the video and I really haven't talked about the Ronnie is back! Mrs. Flood is the Ronnie, and this other actress that we're going to get to see next week. And hopefully Mrs. Flood isn't going to be completely submissive. Hopefully, this is kind of like her gagging and she's going to take out the other Ronnie. Because I like the actress who's playing Mrs. Flood. I want more of her. I want her to actually be the villain. I didn't think she was going to be a villain. I thought she was going to be maybe an ally, Time Lord or something. I thought she was going to be a Time Lord, but I was right about that. I'm not really familiar with the Ronnie. I'm going to see the Ronnie's 2 specials before the next episode comes out. I'm going to get caught up. I'm also going to see the next thing we're going to talk about in a minute. But the bi-generation idea of this episode, it's weird, but I don't mind it. It's fine. It was introduced earlier. They're using it in a different way because now it's kind of a submissive role, not like a partner role, where with the Doctor it was a partner role. Also, if Mrs. Flood kills the Ronnie, does that mean that Mrs. Flood can no longer regenerate because she was the last one? And is she the last one? We don't know. We don't know anything of what's going on. But I'm not really here to talk about the Ronnie all that much. I don't know much about the character. I'm looking forward to it. It was cool when Missy turned out to be the Master. That was amazing. I loved it. I can't go around calling myself the Master anymore, can I? Something like that. I forgot the exact line, but I love that episode. That is a great episode. And I hope we get a very similar, strong episode in the next episode. But with that said, the biggest thing that happened, and that happened, that is from the 80s. This is from the 60s. Susan has been in a new episode. She hasn't returned. She's not back. The Doctor hasn't met her yet. But I'm excited to see her actual return and the Doctor seeing her. And before people say, well, that's all we might get. Well, if that's all we might get, that would be bad. That would be bad. That's called teasing. You don't tease. You don't tease. And so I'm excited to see what we're actually going to get. I'm excited to see it. I'm so happy Susan is back. The Ronnie and Susan. Yes. More so Susan, because she is a character that means so much to the lore of Doctor Who. She was the very first companion. And there's this interesting theory or rumor that I'm actually going to make my own theory that I think could actually tie in very cool. It could be a cool thing. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And you, yet again, you can do it. The question is, can Susan Foreman regenerate? That was never answered, and I'm going to lean towards yes. And here's why I'm going to lean towards yes. Even if she was not a time lady, because she's just Gallifreyan, we don't know if she's actually a time lady, and that's actually, I think, all but confirmed she is not a time lady. She didn't go to the Time Academy and get her degree. But she is seemingly directly related to the Doctor. Like, she calls him grandfather. Even in this episode, she calls him grandfather. Also, she says, find me. Find me. You don't use those words if it was just in the Doctor's head. No, go find me, the Doctor. Go find me. And it's not going to be a Ronnie's plot, because if it is, you're freaking killing Doctor Who. BBC, you're killing it. Squashing it if you do that. Yes, I would be mad if they did that, because we've been waiting so long for this huge reveal. And if it's just a villain's plot, this is the time you do not do that. There are times when you can do that and it's fine. Last season was a boiling point. This would be disastrous. But now, because I've been hinting at this for a while, let's talk about this rumor that I might have a theory. And the rumor is, so the original rumor was the Doctor is going to regenerate, but now into a woman again, which perfectly great. Absolutely. But it was going to be an actress we're familiar with. So people were thinking maybe it's going to be the fugitive Doctor. That was a hint that I heard. I was thinking maybe Mrs. Flood is actually the Valeyard and the Doctor, and that's kind of what they're doing, and we're actually going to get to see the Valeyard be a normal Doctor and kind of turn evil through a season. Obviously, I was wrong, which I'm fine with what they did. Absolutely cannot wait for it. But then another rumor came, and as I said, these are rumors. Do take these with a grain of salt. I'm talking about this for story possibility, not that I think this is likely. I hope this is incorrect. I hope the Doctor regenerating to a woman, great. The Doctor regenerating into an actress we're familiar with, fine. But I hope it isn't the actress I heard the rumor of. If it's the fugitive Doctor and she was actually in the future of the Doctor, but that doesn't make a lot of sense because of what they have established. So I don't think that's true. But the rumor of the actress I heard was Billie Piper. Do not do this. That would be a bad idea. Billie Piper, the actress, I don't think is going to play a great Doctor. I don't think she has that oomph. She was great as a companion. And so this is where I'm going to introduce my theory, why I think, if this is true, that there's a regeneration and it's Billie Piper, that might have actually been true. So I think they're going to find Susan. And there might be an event where something happens to Susan, and Susan's the one that regenerates. So they may have seen like the regeneration energy and assumed that it was the 15th Doctor shooting, but it wasn't. It was Susan, and she regenerates into Billie Piper. The reason I think thematically this works a lot better is you have the very first companion ever, Susan Foreman, and then you have Rose Tyler, the first Doctor of New Who. And that would just link together, being the same person, kind of, in a way. It would be thematical. And I do think, like, River Song, that is always going to be the actress that is, other than the other actresses that played that. She did an amazing job. She is River Song. With Susan Foreman, that actress is old. We're not going to get a lot from her. Having her regenerate and explaining, even if she wasn't a time lady, explaining that, no, it's from the Doctor, from the Timeless Child, and also getting both these characters to hear what's happened would be amazing. And so, do I think this is likely? No. But this is possible, and it'd be interesting if Billie Piper actually is the next incarnation of that, and we actually got her as a companion. There's so much storyline they can do. There's so many places they can go and so many things they can do with that would actually be very interesting. And if it doesn't work, you just regenerate her again, or you have the character go off. But yet again, you can have Susan Foreman on the show for a decade because she could just regenerate every time that the actress wants to leave, very much like the Doctor. And so you can do something interesting. And also, if we're wondering, oh, why hasn't she regenerated in the past? Well, the big reason is because they didn't want to disrespect that actress. But also, she got married. She had a family. And then it's that concept that now is the time she's finally going to regenerate when she sees her grandfather again. So I'm hoping that we do get Susan Foreman. I'm hoping this isn't true completely. I'm hoping that Billie Piper is not going to play a regenerated character at all. But if she does, I think this is the way to bridge gaps and make something interesting. But I do want Susan Foreman in more than just one season, and this is the way to do it without disrespecting anything. And we're getting that meeting. I'm almost certain it would. Why do this if the Doctor's not going to meet her granddaughter? And also, was the 15th Doctor lying when he said he hasn't had children yet when he has a granddaughter? So there's so many interesting things, so many great things we're going to get. Saturday can't come soon enough. Come on, Saturday. And I need my Switch too. And I'll make a video about that. This is Goku Fitter 71, and I'll see you next time. YouTube.